And we're back, Tzvi Broker, with Rav Yeshua Gerzi on our way back from vacation. And hopefully, as you're on your way back from vacation...
I can put my brush down now.
Yes, you can.
So I came back.
Is this a Chiddush Aaron's towel?
I don't know. I don't think so. That's
Okay.
what you found?
Okay. It did the job. It did the job. But in any event, okay, hopefully you're coming back from a vacation. And as we've discussed in our course in depth, if you've done your vacation, your rejuvenation well, you know, because you're coming back feeling more rejuvenated, you're feeling more energized, you're feeling more positive about jumping back into the rhythm of your daily schedule, your learning schedule, your work schedule. The question is now it's done. I know it's hard to say goodbye to such an amazing period of time, but what can we do, Rav Gerzi, in order to be able to leverage this experience, this positive experience, in a positive way moving forward?
I think it's an amazing question. And I'm always a big believer in the following question. And it's based on a Torah. I'll say the Torah first maybe, very quickly. That we speak about aliyah, we have a yurida litzrich aliyah, that we fall sometimes in order to pick ourselves up. But there's a beautiful Torah from the Oiv Yisrael, Pesach Sheni, where he speaks about what is a spiritual experience for. When we experience a spiritual high, is it to stay there? We've just had an amazing time, and in a certain respect, a rejuvenation period is like it's a spiritual experience. It's like, gewaldig, and you don't want to come back. So that's number one. There's something called change and transition. So we experienced a change, and now we have to transition back. I think the question is that we can ask ourselves, how can I be more of service? How can I be more? How can I leverage? I've just gone away. I've had this high, Be'ezras Hashem, a nice break. How can I re-engage? How can I come back? How can I be more of service? And that's a really big question. That's a very, very big question. How can I be more present? How can I take what I've just been through and use it to machazek? Use it to empower myself and empower others around me.
Wow. Very, very powerful. You know, I think it's relevant for anyone who's joining us at different stages of life, because, you know, whether you're going back to school, or whether or not you're going back to learning, or whether or not you're going back to work, whether or not going back to taking care of the home and taking care of the family, right? We should become changed people, then able to transition and bring a little bit of that change into whatever we're doing, and thinking this question of how we can be of service.
I want to say, one of my teachers, when I was studying physical therapy, one of my teachers, he was very makpid. When he would come back from a trip, he would always do like chesed. He was a non-Jewish fellow, but he would always try and do some chesed. And then he prepared himself while doing and being involved in those stories, that he was going to share those stories. So when he came back, he told us, yeah, there was a guy there, and he hurt his back, and here I come. I'm a physical therapist. I've actually retired. I'm a professor, but I can help you. Do you want to? And he worked on somebody, and he did this chesed. So sometimes, while we are on our trip, we can actually be doing things. So when we come back, we can share with people, hopefully inspiring stories. You know, when I was away, I just saw this and this and this. And we can share those stories. We can give hope, love, sharing, caring, encouraging to others.
Wow, it's a great way to be able to take that experience and to be able to bring it into our day-to-day. And for those of you that are going back to work, you know, and maybe feeling a little bit of going back to work.
Yes, sometimes.
That's what happens. But, you know, as we discussed here, and this is really, you know, a very much big foundation of Work Inspired, right, is that we should have a positive attitude towards work. We should have a positive attitude towards work and recognize that work is an opportunity for each one of us, and whatever you do, to be able to be of service. And if that's not the way you're feeling, we invite you to be able to check out our podcast, check out our other content that's coming around, which really has been making life-changing shifts for people day to day going to work, to be able to approach their work with a greater level of simchas hachayim and excitement day to day.